So next up today, I want to talk a little bit about homeschooling. And I put out an article, I guess a month ago, that said homeschooling was going to just explode, and it has, and that it would cause a dramatic exodus from the existing state school system, and it has, and that it would set up a position where the schools would start screeching and hollering that, you know, we're going to be bailed out. We're having problems in it. By winter, we'd probably see lots of teachers getting laid off, and that looks like it's coming. And I keep getting email after email after email from people asking me about what we're doing for my grandson and the homeschool curriculum that we're using. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it, but I also wanted to ask a question of teachers. And teachers get really angry when teachers know that the education system sucks, but they're like, when you play football, there's kind of the guy that barely made the team that, if he's a Rudy or something, then you love him. But there's the guy that, like, he's just there. He barely made it. He's the beta, and he gets picked on by the team, right? And that's fine. And he kind of accepts his place, and it's razzing between guys and all. But let someone not on the team pick on that. And, hey, dickhead, I didn't see you at practice on Saturday. You leave him alone. You got nothing to say. So it's okay for us to pick on our own type thing. That's how teachers are. You want to get someone that will just trash the education system as a teacher. But when you do it, it's not okay, and they're all heroes that don't wear capes. But I got a question for these teachers. And here's where it stems from. The place I'm sending my grandson is called Acellus Academy. And I'll put a link in the notes here so you can check it out. And if you do it straight, you just go do it, and you don't take part in the mentorship program, then it's $250 a month. It's pretty expensive. If you do the mentorship program and get the scholarship with it, it's $80 a month. Most people can afford $80 a month for their kid for a really great private school online, because that's what it is. It is a private school with teacher support online that's outside of the state system with full transcripts, accreditation, all that stuff. So we're doing that. Again, the mentorship program, when you check out the website, you'll see a thing that says scholarships. You'll see the Roger Billings Mentorship Program. I wanted everybody to understand this because I've had people already emailing me about it saying, it looks really expensive. What do you mean $80 a month? And I think what it is, they read it and they think it can't be that simple. There's a weekly video that Roger Billings runs with a bunch of other teachers and instructors. It's designed to prime a place called the National Academy of Science, which is a college that is an amazing place. And if you get into National Academy of Sciences, as far as I can tell, you go for free. It's 100% provided for by scholarships. And they want some of the very best minds applying for that scholarship because that's how they get all of the people that support and donate to that scholarship to do so. It's having these incredible people come out of the National Academy. So I think what they're doing, because Billings is behind the National Academy and he's behind Acellus both. Now, Roger Billings invented the hydrogen car. He invented gigabit Ethernet and one other like earth-shattering thing I can't remember right now off the top of my head. So he runs these things, and all you have to do is commit to and then follow through, because they know if you're logged in or not. You have your child log in under their account and watch one video a week with Roger and his cadre teaching high-level scientific principles, even to very young children. It makes them kind of stretch, and they're pretty cool videos. 1 hour a week, watch the video, tuition goes from $250 to $80. So my experience so far, I cannot recommend this enough. The only thing that Braylon struggled with at all has been some of the writing assignments. So because that's not just answering a question, right? That's actually having to construct. But he's getting great feedback from his teachers, and the automated system does a lot of feedback as well. It'll be like, this is not at your level. You need to raise this up. You need to make this more interesting. Here's some problems. Fix this. Resubmit it. That type of thing. But even with that, and having to help him through that, this is my question for teachers. We've had to help him. I see my wife helping him more than me because I work from home, and she's kind of retired now. And I just think back to when my son was in school at about the same grade level. He's getting all his work done in 1.5 to 2.5 hours a day. Some days he's doing 2 days worth of work in one day, so he has an extra day off. He's maintaining a 4.0 GPA. Okay? It's all well and good. He's doing exceptional work. Occasionally he needs help. Now, I've already asked a question months ago. If he can do all that work in 2 hours to 2.5 hours to an hour and a half some days, what the hell were you doing with him for the other 6-7 hours a day in school? That's a question none of y'all have had an answer for, by the way. Not one of you have had a good answer for that. Here's my next question. Why are we doing less work when homeschooling than we did as parents who were using a state school? I remember my son coming home with 2 or 3 hours of homework and it being more work for us to help him with his homework than it is to help my grandson with the few things he needs while he's getting everything done in 2 hours. Why do I have to work less as a homeschool parent than I had to work when you supposedly were doing the job? Why? And a lot of times I ask questions and then I say, well, here's the answer. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer. I'd like it from y'all. Teachers, tell me, why? Why are you sending my son, well, my grandson, but back then my son, home to me with 2 hours of work I have to bust my ass to help him get through? And my grandson now can do all the work with a little bit of help in 2 hours, all the work instead of just the homework. What the hell are you doing with kids in these schools? And this is another reason to get your kids out of school. I'm going to add to this, getting your kids out of school. And if they're not in the school yet, they're too young, never put them in the school. I've been talking about moving away from cities. One of the things that holds people captive is schooling, right? The kids are in school. You will liberate yourself. With the fewer institutions you tie yourself to, the more freedom you have. When you put your kid in the state school, you're tying yourself to another government institution. Keep your kids out of these schools. They do not have your kids' best interest in heart. It has nothing to do with the fact whether or not teachers are good people. Most teachers are incredible people. They believe in what they do. They work really hard. But I'm going to say something. I know you teachers don't like this, but it's the truth. All of you who are actually honest when pressed will admit the system's broken and you can't fix it. So we're not going to keep our kids in your broken system anymore. That's my thoughts on that. Let's take another one.